Alright everybody, what's up? It is me, Sacred G. Whatever you want to call me, I guess. So today I wanted to talk about the abnormal amounts of hate I think Starfield has gotten before, and of course after launch. Like, people are still shitting on it. Like, the newest drama, I guess if you want to call it, is apparently Bethesda pointing out, you know, there's other things to do in the game for people that had less than a day, not even that long into the game. Whatever. You know, they weren't forcing them to play, but whatever. So, anywho, I kind of wanted to talk about, like, just this idiotic mentality that the internet seems to have with games, and it's just weird to me. And it's okay to criticize the game. I understand that Starfield is not a perfect game. I tend to love it, and I've seen its flaws, but I tend to ignore them, and that's usually what we do when we really like something, is we ignore the things that may make other people not enjoy that particular media, whether that be a movie, TV show, or a fucking video game. And it's just weird to me. And the reason it's weird to me is because there's a lot of hate. Like, I think YouTube is trying to, or these YouTubers are trying to, like, push the objective word, which doesn't apply to media whatsoever. Like, it's just too much, you know? So, I would just say play it for your fucking self. Simple. Nothing to it. Right? Like, don't let these fucking idiotic YouTubers... I just would say just don't let any YouTuber make your decisions for you. Like, the videos that are telling you to not buy the game because it's that bad, and those videos could fuck right off because of the fact no one's gonna tell me what I can and cannot put my money in that's legal. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't give a shit if you didn't like the game. I liked it, and so if you are looking to try Starfield, just play it. Don't watch reviews. I recommend doing that after, because that's what I did. I didn't know that many people up until a couple weeks ago were shitting on Starfield. You know, because, oh, well, it's not the game that I wanted, which is usually the complaints. And yeah, there are bugs in the game, like many other motherfucking games. I just don't understand, man. And, oh, well, the game had a pretty rough launch. I wonder what other games have had rough launches, too. Not bringing up 76, but there are... Games just tend to be shitty when they first come out, and then the day one patches, as I keep mentioning, that's why they're a fucking thing. Like, I just don't understand the hate, man. Like, I don't think Starfield is that bad of a game to where you shouldn't buy it because some fucking asshole wants to tell you how to spend your fucking money legally. It's just absurd. You know, like, I pissed off a lot of people with my last video, like 18 dislikes, but yet no rebuttals whatsoever to anything that I said. And it's just funny to me. It's not that fucking deep. Like, almost half the times these people, like, will tell you, oh, the game's the same, or... Well, there are some elements of it that are the same that I will agree with, but the thing is that the perks and the traits, the backgrounds that they added, they make a different experience. And so my advice, if you really want to try Starfield, or my take here, is just play the fucking game yourself and make up your own mind. Don't listen to this hive mind of either Bethesda haters, Sony fanboys, or just straight up people jumping on the hate train. Don't listen to these fucks. Like, at all. Not even, like, the positive ones. And I'm not saying that to be bad, because at the end of the day, they're just giving you an opinion. They're telling you what they did and did not like about the game. Do I think these people are wrong for not liking the game? No. If you genuinely didn't like the game, then you genuinely didn't like the game, or you weren't interested, or it wasn't for you. You know, I just think it's very silly that a lot of people are like, I just got a few comments on my last video saying the game's objectively bad. Well, those are objectively not true, because fucking video games are art, and art speaks to people differently, you know? So, like, don't listen to these people. Like, one of the most annoying complaints is... What was it? Oh, the slow beginning. You could literally kick the game off for a second playthrough, or if you want to know how to get through the beginning, as soon as you get in your ship. You could just fly to New Atlantis, go to the lodge, and meet Sarah. You don't have to go talk to the pirates, actually. Like, I don't understand that, because I think a lot of these people dilly-fucking-dallied a lot of the time, because I did another character, and I felt the beginning was less time than when I first started, because I knew what to do. I knew how to use grav jump, but I still did the planet stuff. Anyways, it's besides the point. You know, don't listen to, especially if the people are trying to make their opinions seem as facts, like, oh, the game is actually that bad. No, it's not. There are games that if you really look under the surface, like Red Dead 2 for an example, that game is fucking plain as well, and yet people defend the shit out of that game and, you know, praise that one as well. So I just don't seem to understand where this is coming from, mainly due to the fact that I like the game and I don't really, I ignore the issues. I do it with Red Dead 2. I know that game is boring. Well, not boring, but I'm just saying I know that game has flaws. So does Starfield. Every fucking game has flaws, man. So no game from the two I mentioned are relatively fucking bad. And also, if you ever stumble upon videos and they mention, or Reddit posts, and they mention that, oh, well, Baldur's Gate compared to Starfield is this, that, and the third, it's like, first of all, Baldur's Gate is a top-down, turn-based combat game, and it's in a fantasy setting. It is not a space explorer, because that's literally apples and oranges, you know. Like, I just think it's stupid, man. I think it's even stupider that some of these people also didn't even play the fucking game and jumped on this whole hate train just to shit on it because everybody else is. Like, I initially thought, before I played the game, I wasn't gonna like it. I even said on a stream that I wasn't going to get it because I wasn't into that sort of game, and then I had a change of heart, and I was like, oh, well, you know, I'll give this game a shot. I'm going to try out Starfield. And I did, and I am glad I did. Because it wasn't because of skepticism, is because at the time I wasn't into space games. And, well, the only one I'm seeming to be into is Starfield, because I love the shit out of that game. I think it's amazing for all the things it has to offer. The positives just outweigh the cons for me. And it's just odd. You know, like, that many people, this is the most hated game I've seen on YouTube, period. Like, even if I try to look up a positive video, which is usually what I try to do, it gets bombarded. And I even get recommended these shit videos of the thumbnail explaining the whole video to me that it's bad. You know, and don't get me wrong. Some people jump on the love train as well. Those people are going to get called out here too. Yeah, just be honest with yourself. I'm kind of about it. It's not great. I think the story is fucking fantastic. I think even going through the same areas is fun to me, because especially for the character that I wrote for that particular sort of thing, it's just odd, you know. And yeah, I get recommended these videos, and every time I type in Starfield is good, yes, there are those videos, and yes, there are the ones that, like, the ones that are being hated, like the hateful ones, the negative reviews, those are being pushed to me for God knows why, and I don't understand. Maybe it's because I clicked on one mystical video, and it's just so weird. You know, and there were people shitting on the game before it came out, and they're saying it's fucking, like, I hate the people that say it's soulless. First of all, when you say it's soulless, I'm thinking that because there's no actual example of that, so they just say it to me, because I've yet to see an example of soulless. Oh, the planets are empty? Well, look at real life. This is what they're trying to do, is mimic actual space travel. And turn it into an RPG. That's all they're doing here, you know? And, like, another criticism I heard is that, oh, the load screens, that one's fucking rich. I think I might have brought this up in the video I did with the Unknown G12, but here we go again, is that if you're using a PC, and let's say you have top of the line, you have the top rig of the year, okay, you have a 4090 with an i9, or something like that, and you're using the Series X. And S, because I heard that apparently load times for the S is pretty good too, according to my brothers, actually, because I have a Series S. And because for me, the load times were nothing. Like it was literally under 3 or exactly 3 seconds. I don't understand that. Like, to me, it just seems to me that these people just did not understand or understood how this game was designed. You know, it's not meant to be a space sim. It's a fucking role-playing game. Those have a little different elements and map traversal than fucking No Man's Sky. You know, and that's another thing. I'm just going to bring this up. The No Man's Sky comparisons were dog shit when they first appeared. I even thought about making a video going over that just to point out how fucking stupid it is to compare the game to that, because first of all, No Man's Sky is a tiny dick-sized game compared to fucking Outer Worlds. Oh, that game too. But also Starfield. Definitely Starfield. That's 100 and something gigs now. It's the size of fucking Red Dead 2. You know, like, those comparisons could fuck right off. They're not. You can't compare those. First of all, No Man's Sky is nowhere on the scope of having people to talk to, at least from what I've seen, unless you consider the buddies you're playing with, the people you're talking to, and they give you quests. Stupid, you know? Anywho, just play the game for yourself, man. Honestly, I wouldn't say ignore the criticisms, just know the game is, just go in, the game's not perfect, that's it. It's a Bethesda game. And I'm just in the middle of this. Like, I understand where some of the fucking people are coming from on the negative side. Like, I have seen my fair share of issues with the game, but it's not enough for me to say, fuck this shit. And another thing, that, like, I'm also on the side that it's a great game. It's good. I consider it, for me personally, an 8 out of 10. And I was not expecting to fucking say this, but yeah, if I were to score it, it'd be an 8. Easily. And also, for those of you that are going to say, well, the choices are just, they're non-existent in this game, and I will agree with that. I think to some extent the choices just don't fucking matter, or there's no consequence, sorry. But to be honest, that's gatekeeping. Those are, like, you can make an RPG without having, like, your choices and stuff have consequences. I've seen many of those. And, to be honest, in those types of games, like, let's say there was a reputation system, and yes, that killing somebody in a game is a choice, and you decide to kill, like, a UC security officer, like, or blow up a ship. Or not a ship. Like, they landed on some planet, right? They're in a desolate location, and you kill somebody, because this has happened in New Vegas, and you kill one of them, and then apparently you hate them when you kill them out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, what? You know, and also another thing I want to point out is, like, the comparisons. Oh, this is Fallout in space. This is fucking Skyrim in space and all that shit. First of all, the Skyrim in space is just ridiculous. The same thing with the Fallout, because first of all, this game is more grounded to, I would say, what would be our reality than Fallout ever would be. And first of all, that takes place in space. Starfield does. Fallout takes place in a post-nuclear apocalyptic America, not in space. And it's just funny. Anywho, you know, and not only that, they play differently. The perks are very different, the character creation's different, and all that stuff. You know, I would just say play the game for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Anywho, it's me, Sacred G, and this hate, some of it at least, or not some, but a good majority of it is fucking ridiculous. To be honest, I don't really care, because first of all, you going into all these details thinking it's deep is just you telling me pretty much these are the reasons why you think it's dog shit. And I don't fucking care. And most of the videos are regurgitated bullshit anyways, so I'll see you in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Love you all. Stay safe. And don't attack people for opinions, please, for the love of God. Like, again, as I said, if, you know, you like the game, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You are free and should be grateful to have those opinions, because if we weren't able to disagree or have opinions, then we would all have to think the same, which would just be a nightmare. So, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Bye.